Let's check in on the Bucs and the Jets at the Meadowlands. It's Bruce Coslet trying to make the right moves. And Blair Thomas, you know what? He made them all day long. Thomas didn't have any real long runs, but he did make the most of his chances when he was carrying the football. And Thomas didn't hesitate to fight for first down yardage, TJ.
Well, every great running back has great vision. And I think that Blair Thomas, the key to his game is the ability to see the cutback lane, to see back across the football field.
Thomas, 23 carries, 92 yards, and he also caught one for 16 yards. Trailing 10-6 after the first half, new defensive coordinator Floyd Peters instructs his troops. And then Keith McCants, I think he likes his new position. He comes through second. Jets quarterback Ken O'Brien. Former Skin, former Card, Dexter Manley didn't do too much. He didn't see much playing time. Fourth quarter, Bucs down 13-6. Vinny Testaverde hits rookie Lawrence Dawsey. It goes for 65 yards, 13 all, with 5:57 left to go, TJ.
Play begins with good pass protection by the offensive line. Testaverde gives a nice pump fake to move the safety, and Dawsey has absolutely burned Tony Stargell for the touchdown.
And the Jets come back. Pat Leahy earlier hit a 30-yard field goal to become the 6th all-time scorer in NFL history. He nails one from 40 yards out. Jets take a 16-13 lead. Buccaneers have one last chance, but Reggie Cobb drops the kickoff. Eric McMillan knocks it as Cobb tries to get it back. Dale Dawkins recovers for the Jets, and the Jets celebrate the 16-13 victory. Ken O'Brien completed 16 of 25 passes for 176 yards. Blair Thomas, 92 yards on 23 carries. Meanwhile, Vinny Testaverde completed 12 of 28 for 197 yards. And Chris, the pressure's on Vinny a little bit. Testaverde made some really bold comments in the preseason, thinking that this is his year with the new coach in line.
Well, he's calling his own play, no huddle
Right.
and those things. That's why they play all 16 games. They have trouble when they go up north, even early in the year. And one other note on Pat Leahy. He is the last of the Mohicans. Not only is he the oldest player in the NFL right now at 40 years of age, his 18th season, but he is the last Shea Stadium Jet. 10 years a Jet at Shea Stadium, only 8 in the Meadowlands. When he goes, the last link of the Jets to Shea Stadium. Not the last who ever played there, but he's played more at Shea than he has at the Meadowlands. Thought we should throw that in.
About the Jets and the Seahawks at the Kingdome. Dave Craig watching for the press box with a broken right thumb, and Craig's backup, Jeff Kemp, taking some big shots from the Jets' defensive line. Kemp did complete his first 4 passes, but then he throws a little lazy pass here, and it is picked off by Seattle native James Hasty, who returns it 38 yards. Jets deep in Seahawk territory. Kemp so-so, but Blair Thomas, he looked great early. Thomas, some nifty moves, picks up 14 yards, sets up a Pat Leahy field goal. Bruce Coslet would be a little bit worried because Thomas would have to leave the game because of back spasms. The normal rowdy Seattle crowd, silent in the first half. Game tied at 3 at the half. They're up 6-3 Seahawks in the third quarter. Don Boyd Odegaard returns the kickoff but fumbles at the play when he's hit by Chris Warren. Bruce Coslet, he can't believe it, but what happened here, TJ?
Well, Odegaard leaves his feet, and Chris Warren puts the helmet right on the football. And those you'll drop sometimes no matter how good you are at returning kicks.
Seahawks didn't waste any time. Kemp finds Travis McNeil. He's all alone. 13-3 Seahawks in the lead. Chuck Knox seems cautious, but his Seahawks certainly wouldn't let up. Seattle back in Jets territory. Kemp throws another strike, and Tommy Kane is all alone this time from 15 yards out. Seahawks led 20-3. They would score in the first 3 possessions in the third quarter. Kemp 17 of 28, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Jets just couldn't get anything going. Ken O'Brien back to pass, but Cortez Kennedy blows through the Jets for the sack. He breaks through the Jets line. He gets the sack. The Seahawks were fired up, and rightfully so, as they pick up the victory by a final of 20-13. Ken O'Brien left the game with a twisted ankle, and Jeff Kemp, not too bad, 14-8-1 as a starter.
Yeah, he's been in this spot before, and it was a good. The Seahawks feel comfortable with him. He understands Chuck Knox's offense. That's for sure.
If you said the Jets would blow away the Bills, you'd probably be told you were full of hot air. But New York was ready for a public hanging of the team that's been hanging out among the NFL's undefeated. Cool, corny Bennett and comrades have seen opponents crumble like communists. But early Sunday was the Jets that practiced capitalistic tendencies. They got what they could, when they could, at the expense of their competition. The Jets actually outgained the NFL's #1 ranked offense, and with seconds remaining in the half, New York had a chance to take the lead. James Williams prevented Ken O'Brien from throwing his first touchdown pass of the season, but in the third quarter, no Bill was around to keep Blair Thomas out of the end zone. Thomas's touchdown helped the Jets to a 4-point fourth quarter lead and had them flying high. But it was Buffalo's Thomas who brought the Jets back down to earth and provided a nail-biter of a finish.
Kelly under center, 2nd and 5 at the 15. Dropping back against the zone, he throws, Thurman Thomas!
There's no doubting Thomas when it comes to versatility. Thurman leads the NFL in rushing, receptions, and yards from scrimmage. And he has his Bills perched at a picture-perfect 3-0 atop the AFC East.
The Buffalo Bills, yes, they made the trek down the New York State Thruway to the Meadowlands to play the Jets. In 2 games, the Bills had amassed 2/3 of a mile in total offense, over 1,100 yards. They were sky high. Fittingly, they were playing the Jets. Could they keep it rolling? Jim Kelly has been Machine Gun Kelly, but the Jets' strategy keep him on the bench. Freeman McNeil, like days of old for Freeman, a 12-yard gain. Then Kenny O'Brien to Rob Moore. First down at the Bills' 5. 3rd and goal on the 2. McNeil powers through. It's 7-0. Jets lead. The Jets shoot up over 8 minutes on the clock, and their 15-play, 85-yard drive. Then the Jets drive deep again. Pat Leahy, 32-yard field goal. The Jets lead at 10-3. Leahy passes both Jim Bockett and Mark Mosley's 4th all-time on the all-time list. Congratulations to the venerable Jets. 2 minutes to go in the first half, and Kelly goes deep for Don Beebe. But the youngster, Tony Starchel, looks like he knocks it away. He's called for interference. Buffalo moves into Jets territory. Then Kelly to Thermal Thomas for 11 yards. And then just like that, the Jets have the ball the whole half. But Kelly to Andre Reed, touchdown, and we are tied at 10. The Bills 80 yards in a $1.09. The Bills lead at 13-10 in the second half. But Kenny O'Brien and the Jets hung tough. They've done this a couple of times at Rich Stadium. Usually get blown out at the Meadowlands. But O'Brien to Al Toon for 20 yards. Second-year man Blair Thomas, the 5-yard touchdown catch on the Jets. Picking upset, they lead at 17-13, a 7-minute drive. 20-16 Jets in the 4th on 4th and 6. Kelly to James Lofton for the first down. 1 play later, Kelly, Thurman Thomas, money. 15-yard touchdown, 23-20 Bills. O'Brien looking for Rob Moore. It's incomplete. And the Jets complaining.
Well, it looked like James Williams is all over Moore as he tries to make this catch, but it doesn't count unless the official calls it.
Pat Leahy has a chance to tie it for 51 yards. No good. Bruce Kozlowitz, team valiant. But the Buffalo Bills up their mark to 23-20 as they didn't score their 50-odd points, but they do win it again. The Bills won the game, Tom. Let's go back to that one. But the Jets, hey, not too many people thought they could play with the Bills. They had some good strategy and good execution.
Well, you know, we sit and we watch all the games, and we talk about the Bills often. They are capable of scoring more than a point a minute when they have the football. I think this is the only strategy that can beat this football team. You have to drive the ball 7, 8, 9 minutes and keep Jim Kelly and company on the sideline.
The teams that play in the Meadowlands can do that to the Bills. The Giants did it in the Super Bowl, and now the New York.
The The Chicago Bears experienced a whale of a surprise Monday night when, with under 2 minutes to play, down by 7, out of timeouts, and the Jets with the ball, New York's Blair Thomas fumbled, allowing Chicago an opportunity to tie the game with time running out.
8 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. Harbaugh pulling the count. 3 seconds, he gets the snap. He looks into the end zone. He throws the ball. It's a touchdown. It's a touchdown.
With the game in overtime, Jets veteran place kicker Pat Leahy missed a potential game-winning field goal, leaving the heroics once again to Bears quarterback Jim Harbaugh.
Looks like it might be a running play, too. Now, rolling out to the right is Harbaugh, looking downfield. Throws downfield, and is caught at the goal line. Touchdown! Touchdown! The Bears win.
Aha, but not so, at least not yet. You see, after further review, Cap Boso was ruled down at the 1.5-yard line. So following a few post-game interviews and a brief visit to the locker room, Harbaugh and company returned to go the final 6 inches in what turned out to be a surprising Bears win. Wait. Yep, Bears win. In a week full of surprises, Chicago's incredible finish was the most surprising of them all. Coming off a heartbreaking loss on Monday night, the New York Jets needed both a jolt of lady luck and a dose of Dame Fortune to defeat the Miami Dolphins. But both Ken O'Brien and Dan Marino disdained luck for brilliance, and for a while it looked like a recreation of their 1986 quarterback classic, a game that produced a staggering 884 yards and 96 points. But the dramatic ebb and flow suddenly turned into a stunning tidal wave of points for the New York Jets.
At his own 7-yard line, gets the snap from center, moves forward, and it's blocked. It's blocked. It's picked up. It's a New York touchdown. Burkhead dropped it and picked it up and scored.
A complete reversal of fortunes.
Takes the direct snap, goes back to pass, throws down the middle, intercepted. New York ball. McMillan along the left side. He's going to go all the way. No one near him now. He's gone 80 yards for the touchdown.
While the Dolphins seem to be free-falling without a parachute, the Jets, in a reversal of fortune, appear to be climbing upward in the AFC East.
Next 300 wins took the Miami Dolphins into the Meadowlands against the New York Jets, who had lost 2 tough games to the Bills, and then on Monday night against the Bears. Would they be hung over? That was the question you have to ask about a young team. Jeff Lageman, all fired up, though the Jets didn't look hung over. First play from scrimmage, Blair Thomas coughed off the ball late at Chicago. This time he runs for 24 yards. Typical Tommy?
Another outstanding running back named Thomas, who sees the field very well, has that good vision, and runs with that low center of gravity.
You know what the Jets have is some very good skill players. Ken O'Brien to Rob Moore, number 85, catches the touchdown. Late hit, that's ridiculous. The Jets lead it 7-0. Don Shula looking up at the board and doesn't like what he sees. Sammy Smith, first carry of 91, loses 5 yards thanks to Dennis Big Bird. Dan Marino goes to his old standby. Forget Marino to Clayton. It's Marino to Keith Sims. That set up a field goal. Then Marino to Mark Duper. Oh, yeah, we remember that combination, 30 yards. Miami leads at 10-7. Late in the first half, Brad Baxter burrows his way in from 2 yards out. The Jets lead 14-10. Miami wants to answer. Doesn't look like Joe Klecko. Marino incomplete out of bounds. So by going for it to Tony Martin, incomplete, the clock stops again. And then Marino going for the downs, the clock stops again. But with seconds to go, they punt it. Wrong move. Chris Burkett blocks the punt by Reggie Roby, picks it up himself. It's a touchdown. 11 yards. The Jets lead at 21-10. Was the half over? No. Marino to Mark Clayton, forgetting the Marino to Sims combination. That gets it with 1 second to go for the gun of Pete Stoyanovich. From 53 yards, it's good. What a last minute of the first half. 21-13. Kozlin's Jets on top. Third quarter, the Jets lead at 24-16. Brad Baxter running the ball for 13 yards. Later, on a third down play, O'Brien to Chris Burkett. Here he's the hero, first on special teams, now on offense, down to the 3. Then, Brad Baxter. They're forgetting Matt Snell. Actually, Mark Smolinski wore number 30, if I'm not mistaken. 15-play drive leads at 31-16. Almost 9 minutes chewed up on the clock. We remember him, Freeman McNeil. He can still run. You saw it on Monday night. Look at the veteran go. He could go all the way. I did to myself. It's okay this time. It set up a field goal, though. And now for the Coupe de Grace. Picked off by Eric McMillan. Guess what he does? Go all the way. The Jets rolling it up on the Miami Dolphins. Marino's last play of the day was that one. Scott, won't you let me take you on a Seahawks came in late, let him do a touchdown. But the Jets roll 41-23. Tom, let's go back to the Miami Jets game here. The Jets, first of all, for a young team showing resiliency after those 2 losses, they've got some skill, but they're building from the bottom up, aren't they?
Well, I think the key to any good running game, again, offensive line, that's where it starts. But I think that you keyed into it. Any of us that saw that Monday Night Football game, this would be an easy game to come into and fall flat on your face. They showed a lot of mental toughness for a very young football club.
And the Miami Dolphins are really struggling offensively, and Dan Marino would be the first to admit it. He has admitted it. He's just not playing that well. And the Dolphins, they're 2-3, and they're struggling offensively, which you don't usually say about the Miami Dolphins. They did get Sammy Smith back today, though, so maybe that'll help them in the future. In the division, the New York Jets are at the Cleveland Browns. Bruce Coslett. His running game had been great, but on this day, the Cleveland Browns had the answer. They stuffed Freeman McNeil, and they stuffed Brad Baxter. The Browns' defense second best in the league. So, Jets go to the air on 3rd and 9. Kenny O'Brien rolling out smartly, and a good catch by his tight end. Mark Boyer holds on despite the hard hit from Harlan Barnett. Then Blair Thomas takes the handoff. No, he's going to fire it. The Jets jazzing it up. Thomas, Rob Moore, touchdown, 80-yard drive, 8 minutes and 40 seconds, and the Jets on the board. Bernie Kosar has a pass dropped by Brian Brennan, could have been a first down. It was O'Brien that had the hot hand. Here to Al Looney Tune, wide open for 39 yards. Kenny O'Brien, 128 yards passing in the first half. Frank Minifield left with a very painful bruised shoulder. X-rays negative, it was not separated. 4th and 5, the Jets going for it. They go to Tune. 2nd and goal, Brad Baxter punches it in at the half. The Jets, that's right, the Jets lead it 14-0. Second half, the Jets can't get the offensive gear. Blair Thomas catches the ball, but Harlan Barnett again on the hit. James Jones going to pick up the ball, something down to the 5-yard line. That sets up a guy almost as big. Kevin Mack stuffs it in from the 1. 3rd touchdown of the year, and the Jets lead it down to 14-7. Then Kosar to Leroy Horde, 4-yard touchdown pass. We are knotted at 14 in Cleveland. Could the Jets blow another second-half lead? O'Brien to Al Toon. They keep doing it.
Well, once the Cleveland Browns keyed on the running game and lost Frank Minifield, you knew that O'Brien and Toon were going to take advantage going up top, especially when you have the height advantage from Al Toon as a receiver.
And you get Minifield out. That's the 6th DB hurt this year for Cleveland. They get a pass interference call there. Pat Leahy comes on to boot a 48-yard field goal, and the Jets lead it 17-14. 4th and 1, Kevin Mack surges for a first down. Bernie Kosar hadn't thrown an interception all year, but running with the ball on 3rd and 4, he coughs it up. Mike Brim with the hit. Lonnie Young with the recovery. The Jets hold on to beat Kosar and the Browns. The Jets winning it 17-14. A good ball game played at Cleveland. But the Jets win for the 2nd straight week. Last week, they blasted Miami. And I think, Tommy, a big win for a young football team in the Jets because, last week we found out they could come back after some tough losses like to the Bears on Monday night and to the Bills. This was a game they were supposed to win on the road. Young teams often stumble in this situation. The Jets did not.
Good young team with a lot of talent. Mike Dicker on a local radio show was asked, what's the best team that you've played this year? And I think everyone thought he would say Buffalo Bills. He said the New York Jets. Why? I think credit to offensive line coach Larry Bechtel of the Jets. He's put together a good unit up front, and even when they don't run the ball well, people know they have the capability. Takes a lot of pressure off O'Brien so that he was able to throw the ball like he did today.
And O'Brien looks good when he has some time, and also, you know, the Jets are building. They have excellent skill players, and O'Brien found a lot of them, and Blair Thomas found another one, and Rob Moore. They're on their way. They are 3-3. All right. Let's look inside the numbers. And you mentioned, Tommy, the good offensive line play by the Jets. A couple of years ago, when the Joe Walton crew was here, through the first 6 games, the Jets line had allowed 21 sacks. Last year at this stage, 19. This year, through 6 games, only 9. You're seeing the difference start to show on the records. Very rich football game being played at the Meadowlands. The Houston Oilers and the New York Jets. The Oilers, one of the best teams in football. Could they win on the road against a good team? The Jets playing some exciting football lately. Let's see what happens. Warren Moon, he's excited, but the Jets get up to a 10-0 lead. Moon gets popped by Joe Kelly. Lorenzo White gets the touchdown. They missed the point after. It's a 10-6 game and all sorts of concern for Warren Moon, but he would be back. Score tied 13-all in the fourth quarter. Moon to Haywood Jeffries at the 39. Again, a big play to Haywood Jeffries. Drew Hill had really been his go-to guy the last few years. Jeffries kind of becoming the big guy now. He became the big guy 13 times this afternoon for 186 yards. Third down, goal to go. Lorenzo White rumbling in the end zone. But there's a flag on the play. Jack Barty is not happy, and there's a field goal, and the Oilers lead it by 3. Kenny O'Brien tried to rally the Jets. Missed a wide-open Rob Moore. Conslett said Kenny's been playing well, but where's he throwing to? Oilers capitalize. Late in the fourth. Boom. To Drew Hill. He's still a go-to guy in anyone's book. Touchdown, 38 yards, 23-13 Oilers. Moon ecstatic. O'Brien hit Chris Burkett with a touchdown pass in the last play of the game to make it a field goal win for the Oilers, 23-20. But Houston ups their mark to 5-1. I think a good gut check for the Houston Oilers. Boy, you get Houston, Kansas City, and Buffalo. Looks like 3 to the post in the AFC, Tom.
And for Houston, I think they had to reestablish themselves after that New England loss. They came back. They beat the Broncos, beat them handily in the Dome. They come back today. They win another game against a tough team.
And the Jets, you know, they're still not over the 500 mark. They fall back a little bit, but obviously, again, they played a good team, very tough. We may hear from the Jets in the wild card hunt. We're an hour next week, we promise, on NFL Primetime. For Tom Jackson, I'm Chris Berman. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your week. Super Bowl III. The Jets beat the Colts 16-7. They met again today at the Hoosier Dome, and suffice it to say that today's game was a football game of a little less import. Nevertheless, we want to show you what happened between the Jets and the winless Colts. And you make the call. 9 penalties in the first half. And what's that, Tom?
Illegal motion.
Have you played this game? You're right.
A little bit.
All right, now you make the call. Bernie Kukar, the referee. What is that?
Defensive pass interference.
You know what? You never got called for it, but you're right. Now, that's easy, right?
Offsides.
All right, that's easy. Now, what I want to know, Tommy, is what is this? What is it, drop some money? What is that?
Instant replay or the guy's ordering pizza.
Yeah, one of the two. Now, this, what is that, Tom?
It's holding.
There was a lot of this going on in the first half. Yes, there was also some of that.
A little bit of illegal procedure.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the Hoosier Dome, at what we call a goofy game. In the first quarter, though, the Jets putting on a disguise similar to those fans. It's Rob Moore making a nice move. It's a flea flicker.
Rob Moore sold the defense, and also Johnny Hector as he reversed field. I've never seen it run like that, but all things designed to sell the defense on the play.
But why run this against the Colts, Tom?
Something you save for the playoffs.
Well, they haven't been there for a while, and Bruce Coslet's hoping to get there, and it's 7-0. Though it was a great play call and a great fake by Moore, and
This update from
Yeah, a little Archie Manning.
he got beaten up pretty well. We hope that Jeff George remains the same. He's a pretty good quarterback, but he's going to need some help on his offensive line. Jeff George sacked 4 times today. Rick Venturi and the Colts, they've seen this before, as the Jets beat him 17-6. And so New York evens its mark at 4-4, and the Colts, who averaged 7 points a game, got only 6 today, and they lose it by 11. Jets hosted the Green Bay Packers. Of all the playoff contenders in both of the conferences, perhaps the Jets have the easiest remaining schedule. They played Green Bay today, a team that only won 2 games all year. But no schedule is easy unless you can win your games. And the Jets battled today. Don Mikowski, 8 INTs, only 3 touchdown passes this year, and he's been getting whacked all year. Here's ex-college teammate Jeff Lagerman from Virginia wails him. Now watch this hit on Al Toon. That's the sort of hits we had today. When Magic did have time, he found receivers like Charles Wilson. And Wilson was wide open, but guess what he does? He fouled out. But in the hands of Vince, working my way back to you, babe. And Bruce Coslet says we should have been on that ball. Big play late in the second quarter. The Packers driving Mikowski over the middle of Perry Kemp. Maybe in time for a Jackie field goal, but no, it's up. And R.J. Corey picks it up for the Jets. Now, one play, instead of the Packers having a chance for a field goal, what happened here was disputed, Tommy.
Well, Perry Kemp makes the nice catch, and Kyle Clifton trying to strip the ball. You watch his derriere hits down just after the ball comes out.
So they rule inconclusive. It's a fumble. The Jets maintain the ball, and so you know what's coming. Too long for a field goal. They only have time for one play, the Hail Mary. Kenny O'Brien throws it. Former Jet, Jerry Holmes, off his hands, doink, 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 into the hands of Chris Burkett. It's a touchdown. The Hail Mary, and the Jets, instead of being tied or maybe down at the half, lead it 13-6. Tom, what happened?
First lesson of defenders at the end of a half or a game, knock the ball down. Don't try to intercept it. Green Bay makes the big mistake there. Gives Burkett a chance to sneak in and get a free touchdown at the end of the half.
So the Jets with a big, big break in the third quarter. Mikowski scrambling, does a nice job of getting across the line of scrimmage away from the Jets pass rush, but pulls up lane. You can see it right there, gets rid of the ball, and he's through for the day with a left hamstring injury. 10 for 19. It has not been a magic year for Don Mikowski. In steps the former Bear, Mike Tomczak, and he leads the Packers down to the 1-yard line. And this guy's always in the end zone. Ed, go west, young man. With a touchdown, we're tied at 13. Late in the third, Tomczak throws, but it's Michael Brim that makes the pick. His second of the year, and kills the drive, and we end up tied at the end of regulation, 16 apiece. In overtime, Chris Jackie, 42-yard field goal, no good. He had made 3 earlier in the game, but it was no good. Once upon a time, Vi Sikahema was the Pro Bowl special teams player for the Cardinals. Here, he muffs the punt. Bobby Houston recovers. And now the Jets, Lenny and Fonnie, Bruce Coslet know what's coming. Pat Leahy has kicked 3 field goals. Remember, he couldn't hit it in the overtime on Monday night against the Bears? Money time. The oldest player in the NFL delivers 4 field goals. And the New York Jets up their mark to 5-4. It wasn't pretty. It was a game they were supposed to win. They almost didn't do it. But in the end, they got it done. 19-16, the Jets over the Green Bay Packers. Another exciting game that we saw today in the NFL. initials. C-O-L-T-S, Colts, and J-E-T-S, Jets. Who won the spelling bee?
E-R-I-C. Eric didn't. He wasn't there.
That's right.
That much we do know. But what can we say about the Colts? Well, they hadn't scored a touchdown in their last 5 games, covering 20 quarters and 53 possessions. They've only scored an NFL low, there you are, 61 points over 9 games. Never mind. 9 games, all of them 9 losses, and Rick Venturi had yet to taste victory as the Colts head coach. Well, 3 weeks ago, the Jets beat them, and you figure that the Colts had a chance to sweep. They had a chance to sweep the Colts, but it was a raw day at the Meadowlands. Jets up 7-0, driving again. Ken O'Brien thinks that Chris Driscoll has it, but he doesn't. Then Pat Leahy misses the field goal. He missed 2 first-half field goals. Second quarter, Jets get a spark. O'Brien pump fakes, rolls, finds Chris Burkett. He does the rest on his own, hurtling in from the 4. Jets up 14-0. Burkett with a 15-yard scoring play. On the other side of the ball, Jeff George gets sandwiched by Darrell Davis and Dennis Byrd. But George hung in there, TJ.
And Robin, Jeff George has a lot of ability. Here you see him throwing against his body. Beautiful throw to the end zone. He'll be a great quarterback if he only lives through this season.
That's true. Jesse Hester breaks the streak. The Colts' first touchdown in 58 possessions. Opening kickoff of the second half. Clarence Verdun. Chris, he could go all the way.
He might.
He does. 88 yards. For the first time, a Colt has done that since 84-14 all time. 21-14 Jets. Colts next possession. George finds Hester again for a touchdown from 7 yards out. It's 21 all. Then after the Jets fumble the ensuing kickoff, George finds Billy Brooks on the same pattern, also from 7 yards out. George matches his season touchdown total in approximately 1 quarter. Colts up 28-24, but the Jets wouldn't quit, TJ.
They reach into their trick bag for the flea flicker. Hector throws the ball back quickly to O'Brien. He underthrew this pass. Terrence Mathis made the nice adjustment to get the catch.
Great concentration. Bruce Coslet's team would have to settle for a field goal. 28-24 Colts. Next kickoff, Sammy Martin. He fumbles. John Galvin recovers for the Jets. And the Jets fans start to heat up just a little bit. Pat Leahy gets a little help from the doink. Left upright. Goes in from 25 yards out. Jets down by 1. 2:49 left. Fourth quarter. Colts next possession. 3rd and 3. George is picked off by Mike Brim. George 16 of 26, 239 yards, 3 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. Would that be enough? The Colts D responds. Donnell Thompson gets the Colts' first and last sack of the game. That's right, Rick Venturi gets his first win as the Colts head coach. They win 28-27. The NFL's last winless streak this season comes to an end at 9. Jeff George was 16 of 26 for 239 yards with 2 interceptions. The Jets hurt their playoff chances, falling to 5-5.
Jets at the Patriots in Foxborough. Windy. It's an association game because everyone knows it's windy. In the second quarter with the Jets leading 7-0, Kenny O'Brien not supposed to be able to move, but he moves to find Chris Burkett at the touchdown. It's a laugher, right? Jets lead 14-0 at the half. They lead at 21-0 in the third, and then, once again, the cardiac pass. Hugh Millen to Michael Timpson. 18 yards before he's finally put down. Millen to starving Marvin Cook for 17. You know who that is. Dick McPherson pumped up. But Gene Chilton, the center, snaps it over Millen's head. Mo Lewis recovers for Bruce Coslet's Jets. Next series, Millen. Irving Fryer knights through the defense for 16 yards. Then Millen, the draw play to John Vaughn. And Vaughn says not only the coach gets the crowd into it, I will. In the second play of the fourth quarter, watch out. Dennis Byrd, sack, fumble, Jets recover. But this conehead says the Pats are still in it. 3 minutes into the fourth, the Patriots hang in there. Irving Fryer, he could go all the way to Rhode Island. Irving, come back. Mack, psych, it's a 21-7 Jets lead. 6 minutes left in the game. Brad Baxter, fumble. Vincent Brown makes the hit and the recovery with one arm. 4th and 1. John Vaughn behind the block of Ivy Joe Hunter. Oh, my goodness, the Patriots are with a win. 7-21-14. Flag him. It's a late hit on Dick McPherson. Next play for the Jets. Could it be again? Baxter fumbled up. Chris Singleton hit. Brent Williams recovers. John Vaughn has an opening. He slides. Is it a touchdown? First, Tommy, they ruled him down.
John Vaughn here slips, but you can see he's untouched. Rolls toward that end zone for the TD.
Bruce Coslett awaits the call. It's a touchdown. Dick McPherson loves the call. We're tied at 21. 13 minutes and a little bit of change, and the Patriots have come from 21 points down. A tough second half for Ken O'Brien. Until the final drive. To Al Toon for 22. Freeman McNeil carried only twice today. This one went for 22 yards. Then O'Brien is loony because he finds Toon down inside the 5. Setting up O'Brien to the converted lineman, now wearing 46, former Pet Trevor Maddich. Are you kidding? O'Brien and the Jets lead 28-21. Calm down. We know how to come back, says Matt. 4th and 10. First down. Fryer for 16. Millen to Timpson. Millen to Fryer. Out of bounds at the 8. 12 seconds to go. To Greg McMurtry. The Jets think they have the fumble, Tom.
The ball popped out. It was ruled not a fumble on the field, and it was not reversed upstairs.
Bruce Coslett can't bear to watch. 4th down, last play. Stuffed by the Jets. John Vaughn is stuffed by the right side of the defense, and Tommy, this play took a long time.
The thing that strikes you about the play, Chris, is that it was a slow developing play, even though it came straight toward the line of scrimmage.
They wanted to run behind Bruce Armstrong, the left tackle, but they went right behind the tackle rather than a more of a quick opener type. It cost them. The Patriots' dream dies on the 1-foot line, and the Jets beat them 28-21. So the Jets up their mark to 6-5. They're back in the playoff hunt, of course.
Still with a shot at the playoffs, hosting the upstart Lightning Bolts. An opening kickoff fumble by San Diego left Ken O'Brien and the Jets in great field position. 2nd and 2 from the 6. O'Brien finds Rob Moore. Jets up early, 7-zip. Still early in the first from the 10. Blair Thomas takes it in for a touchdown, or is it a touchdown? Bruce Coslett, he wants to know this. Let's take a look at the replay. Thomas's knee is on the goal, but look, the ball, it is not. So it is, of course, not a touchdown. So played again, Blair, from the 1-yard line. No doubt about it, he's in there this time. His first touchdown of the year, TJ.
Yeah, and a good game by Kenny O'Brien. Here he does some scrambling around, something that we don't see a lot from him, and then completes a pass to Al Toon. I think any good quarterback in this league, if you give them time to throw the football, they're going to have some success. Here, nice touch as he throws a good ball to Rob Moore.
Yeah, give him time. He'll get it done. Good day also for the Jets defense. Second quarter here, Eric McMillan on the blitz sacks John Freeze. That play knocked him out of the game. His replacement, Bob Galliano, didn't fare any better. Intercepted here in the 3rd by Michael Brim. Dan Henning quite unhappy. 4th quarter, following the Brim pickoff, Blair Thomas, solid day. Some nice cuts. Makes it in from 22 yards out for the score. The Jets up 24-3. Thomas's 2nd touchdown of the day, also the 2nd of the year. 15 carries for 76 yards as the Jets go on for the victory, 24-3. Pat Leahy with the 3rd quarter 28-yard field goal. His 300th of his career. He's now 4th on the list, tied with Mark Mosley.
Jets were due to play a good game. They had played some good games earlier this year, and they kind of stumbled lately, even losing to the Colts. That one, they look good, and beating the Lightning Bolts. Team, they beat them twice last year.
On Sunday.
Oh, yeah. They're going to be a great day. Great day. Great day for a running back, baby. Let's go. Great day. Great day. Trying to prove my point right now.
Thurman Thomas and the Bills were trying to prove their point with a victory that would clinch their 4th straight AFC East title.
Boogie! Four in a row, baby. 4 in a row. Buffalo, 4 in a row, baby. What you say? 4 in a row. 4 in a row. You damn right, baby. Oh, I take 4 in a row. You get a chance to run the score. We're going to run this old stuff, too.
Thomas did rush for 124 yards, but the biggest footsteps were those heard by Jim Kelly in the Bills' offense.
Back to pass. Kelly on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Running out to the right. Being pursued. He's tackled from behind. A loose ball. Rolling free. The Jets look as though they recovered. Jets ball. Jets ball.
Early on, the NFL's #1 ranked offense was out of sorts and out of sync.
Oh, yeah, all right, but you see, you forced them back there. Well, I got worked out. I just went with it. You got to get a hat on. All right. Because it was a hell of a hole outside.
The normally precise Bills hand-delivered 4 turnovers to the Jets. But Bruce Coslett's team was unable to capitalize against a Buffalo defense that welcomed the return of All-Pro defensive end Bruce Smith. Appearing in just his second game of the season, Smith was a major factor, here pressuring Ken O'Brien into an ill-advised end zone pass. Without Smith, the Bills' defense has been suspect in 1991. But with him in the lineup commanding the respect of double-team blocks, Smith can open the pass rush lanes for other Buffalo defenders. A more potent Bills defense swarmed in for 3 sacks on Sunday. Smith managed to get to the quarterback once himself, and while his return helped keep the Jets in check, Kelly and the Bills' offense eventually got the points they needed. Andre Reed's touchdown helped Buffalo build a 17-13 lead, but midway through the 4th quarter, the Jets drove toward a go-ahead score.
Here's a play-action throw over the middle, and it's complete to Moore, and he fumbles the ball, and Mark Kelso picks it up, and the Bills have it down at the 7-yard line.
Another big play from the Bills defense.
Oh, boy, Johnny on the spot.
Buffalo's 3rd takeaway of the day set up the game-clinching score.
Kelly to throw to the end zone. It's there. Touchdown. It is caught there by James Lofton.
The Bills no longer have to worry about hearing footsteps in their division as the victory clinched their 4th consecutive AFC East title.
That's a hell of a move, man. That's all pro move. All pro move. Yeah! Oh, on the road. Oh, Pete. Back to back to back to back. Back. All down. All down. 1, 2, 3. All the way around. Hello. Both times, baby. Both times.
We're looking to win their 4th straight AFC East championship. They were playing their second-place team in the division, the New York Jets, and with added zest to the fuel of clinching a division at home, Bruce Smith was back. The Jets and the Bills, a pair of 87s, put shake, rattle, and rollin' with Chris Burkett, the former Bill. In the 1st quarter, Burkett's been a terror on special teams. Look at him come in on Chris Moore, and he has to dump it to Pete Metzelaars. It was scrappy play. The Jets turned this into a touchdown, 7-0 New York. Bruce Smith back. What does he bring to the team, Tom?
He brings quite a bit to the table, Chris. Here he goes inside. Blair Thomas forces him back outside, but he still manages to get in on the tackle. Then Bruce gets double-teamed, and anytime you see a defensive end getting double-teamed, it's going to open up something for his teammates here. Cornelius Bennett and Jeff Wright get in on Ken O'Brien, and then you see Bruce Smith playing the part of Bruce Smith.
Yes, he does that pretty well. Then the turnovers began. Thurman Thomas, usually sure-handed, bounds, and the Jets recover as the Bills are going in. Then Kenny O'Brien is picked off by Kelso with the interception. Then 3 plays later, Jim Kelly to Andre Reed was his only catch of the day, but fittingly a touchdown. We're tied at 7. Jets lead at 10-7 in the 2nd quarter. Jeff Loggeman, the youngster, chasing Jim Kelly. Loggeman keeps on coming for it. And James hastily recovers the football for New York.
Great thing about this play, Loggeman staying after it and then using that chop block to get that ball out.
But what did the Jets do? Look at Bruce Smith force it. Kenny O'Brien, the bad throw, picked off in the end zone by Kirby Jackson. Just over 2 minutes to go in the half as the Jets waste a great opportunity. Jim Kelly going to 2 minutes. Who would you go to?
Thurman Thomas.
No. Who would you go to?
Ross.
No. Al Edwards. Of course, it's Al Edwards. You remember Al Edwards, the young man from Northwest Louisiana. It's Kelly to Edwards. 9 times they would hook up in this game. This including a 12-yarder, then a 10-yarder. Edwards, 9 catches for 78 yards. That helps set up a field goal. 10-10 at the half. The Marv Levy's club 17-10 up. Kelly to Edwards. This time he bobbles. That's it. What? Eric McMillan picks it off for the Jets. This will lead to a field goal, and it's 17-13 after this play. But later on, the Buffalo Bills know they're in trouble against Pete Carroll's defense. Hastily intercepts Kelly another time. In the fourth quarter, when the Bills will try to put it away. Jets try to march. Kenny O'Brien to Rob Moore, but watch 56. Darryl Talley with this pop. Mark Kelso with the ball, and again a Jet turnover. Bills have a chance to ice it. Kelly to James Lofton. He is brought down. You don't see him brought down from behind very much by Brian Washington. A penalty wiped out, a touchdown. No matter, we'll do it again. Kelly to Lofton, 27 yards, and the Jets lead by 11. The Bills do 24-13. Kelly 21 of 38 on the day, despite the 2 INTs. Oh yes, Thurman Thomas. Just watch. Zip, zip, zip. A workmanlike 124 yards for Thermal. Bruce Smith whooping it up. Only his 2nd game with the Bills this year. Both have been big home wins, and Buffalo wins the AFC East for the 4th straight year. They beat the Jets 24-13. Looks like they'll be good for a while. The Jets and the Lions met at the Silverdome, with the Lions knowing this their last home game. A win would make them a perfect 8-0 in their 10-0 overall. And when you play the Lions, you got to stop Barry Sanders. First quarter, 14-yard. Look at him. Jump in, out, touchdown, 7-0 Detroit. Barry's balcony waving the hankies. Then, from his own 49-yard line, Sanders up the middle, and then zip. He just up the seam, and then see ya. Forget it. They're not going to flag him 51 yards. Pete Carroll, the Jets defensive coordinator, says, I hate this guy. 14-0 in the first. Now, here's a chop block, Tommy, by Brad Baxter on Jerry Ball.
Yeah, and this is something that defensive linemen hate. You see the center, get him standing up, and then the back comes in and aims at the knee. Brad Baxter will be remembered by the Detroit Lions.
And once Jerry Ball sprained knee, Ball was gone for the day. Jets down 14-7 in the first. Eric McMillan, one-time Pro Bowler, was benched because of the success of Lonnie Young. Now he's back in there looking at him and make the interception. Hey, in the end zone, touchdown. And a 57-yard gem makes it a 14-14 score. Second quarter, Eric Kramer looking. And when he hits this man, the color of money, Willie Green, the Lions always win. Kramer makes a nice, Kramer to Green makes the nice move at the 8, 73 yards, 21-14, spikes the ball in front of the Jets, and the Lions are up. Jerry Ball tells Isaiah and Joe Dumars, this ain't the NBA, it's our place. And it's a Tracy Hayworth picks it up, running like, well, he looks as good as Rita Hayworth used to look. It's a touchdown. 34-14 Lions. The Jets score late, but the final 34-20. Barry Sanders with 114 yards, and the Lions end perfect, and they still have a shot at the NFC Central.
But the upset had to be even more welcome 3,000 miles east in New York, where it appeared the Jets' march to the playoffs had ended earlier the day in the midst of a Patriot uprising. The underdog Patriots sank their teeth into the Jets and never let go. But New York's defense had plenty of bite as well. Neither team allowed its opponent into the end zone, and the only difference in this defensive standoff was in the kicking games. The Jets' Pat Leahy, number 5, was hampered with a leg injury, and both he and punter Louis Aguiar missed chip shot field goals in a disappointing loss. Still, the Jets remained alive for a wild card when the Dolphins lost later in the day, and this week the two teams will square off for the NFL's last remaining playoff spot.
In the AFC East, the New England Patriots and the New York Jets. The Jets were hoping they were on their way to the playoffs as they met the Patriots today at the Meadowlands, but New England said to New York, not so fast. Remember they had a wild game earlier when they played 28-21. The Jets just winning up in Foxborough. Windy day at the Meadowlands. And the wind hit the punt off Jerome Henderson's face, and the Jets recover it even though they're down 3-0. The Jets go for a field goal, 23 yards. Pat Leahy didn't kick all week, had the bad hamstring, had a bad back, was questionable whether he would kick. Bruce Conslett said, that's enough. Pat's not going to kick anymore. We'll have Louis Aguiar, who's the punter and our kickoff man, try a field goal. Guess what? He missed one at the end of the half, even though he made one earlier. Scores 3-3 in the first half. Hugh Millen has played very well. Hero last week, Millen to Timpson, and Michael catches it for 25 yards. Then Millen under pressure by Scott Mercero. Watch this move. Then watch this. The ball behind, like Pistol Pete Maravich. He comes out of it, and it's just like Dick Corey and the staff diagram it, a 9-yard play. Dick McPherson says, what? But the Patriots stall. Millen to Russell, who's nailed by Joe Kelly. It's just a field goal on this drive. 6-3, New England leads. Other side of the ball, new quarterback for Christmas, say the Jets. So why would they be saying that? Maybe this is one of the reasons, Tom. Incomplete from Ken O'Brien to Toon.
Yeah, O'Brien trying to thread the needle. Just too many needles in the area, Chris.
Yeah, well, he did it perfectly. Nobody caught the ball. Jets do get going on the ground. Brad Baxter slices off right tackle. He ruffles down the corner for 31 yards before Ronnie Lepet makes the saving tackle. Now remember, with Leahy and Aguiar on the bench, he doesn't want to try the 46-yard field goal, does Bruce Conslett. So 4th and 11, he's got to go for it. Where is that pass going? Toon isn't anywhere far enough. Patriots take over on downs. Conslett goes for it later instead of a 42-yard field goal with his kicking game hurting. 4th and 3. Tight end Mark Boyer has the first down, doesn't have the football. So again, the Patriots take over on downs. The Jets have one more shot. O'Brien flushed out of the pocket by the veteran Andre Tippett, who tips O'Brien. And the Jets had to punt this time. O'Brien's numbers 19 of 38 on this windy day for under 200 yards. On the ground, Leonard Russell. Not Leon Russell singing Youngblood, but he is a young blood. 112 yards rushing, and the Patriots go into the Meadowlands and stop the Jets' playoff, well, not an express, now that they've lost 3 in a row. The Patriots, behind Russell, beat the Jets 6-3, but the Jets are still alive because we told you that the Dolphins have lost. More on that later, and Dick McPherson has taken a 1-15 team and made him a 6-9 ball club.
It's a playoff for a playoff game, or so it seems. The New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins here at Joe Robbie Stadium getting set for the opening kickoff of a game, which means that the winner goes into the playoffs and the loser goes home.
This is what you dreamed for all your life when you're a small boy.
Damn right.
And I want to tell you what it's all about. It's your will versus their will. You understand that? It's your pride against their pride. Let's go get their ass. Let's go.
The Jets may have been waiting their entire lives to play in such a game, but they didn't wait long to establish their game plan. Run the ball and control the clock. And after 12 plays in more than 8 minutes, there was little doubt as to how they would finish the drive.
Goes to Baxter, he dives in. He looks as though he is. Touchdown. The New York Jets score.
Good job, Boyer. Good job. We use the whole quarter, boys. That's what it's all about. Hey, Dan, you getting stiff? Huh?
Unlikely, because while you can keep Dan Marino off the field, it's almost impossible to keep him out of the end zone.
Marino back to throw. He's looking. Clock is moving. 3 seconds. Throws for a touchdown.
Mark Clayton's score even matters at the half, but another Brad Baxter touchdown put the Jets ahead and in control.
Gets us down. Nothing gets us down. If they don't score, we win it. If they don't score, we win.
But with under a minute to play, the Dolphins were on the goal line. And with the playoffs seemingly only a yard away, the goal was close. The margin for error, however, was non-existent.
Down coming up at the 1-yard line. Here's Marino. Throws in the end zone. Caught for a touchdown.
Farrell Edmonds' score gave Miami the lead with 44 seconds to play. It also gave the Jets a chance to prove worthy of the final playoff spot. 2 quick passes and a daring run put the Jets in field goal position, and their coach in a confident mood. Newly acquired kicker Raul Allegre didn't share Kozlet's steely nerves, but then the situation didn't call for a strong stomach, just a strong right foot.
The ball is snapped, it's kicked, it's high enough, it's deep enough, it is good! It's good! It's all time in regulation time. Wow, what a finish, and it's not finished, folks.
In the overtime, Kozlet used the same nerves and a keener insight to the Jets' advantage.
Have to start taking some chances, all right? They'll be alive to man coverage. They'll start coming after us with their linebackers, so let's get going.
As he predicted, the Dolphins did blitz, sending number 52, Mike Reichenbach. And when Ken O'Brien hit an open Rob Moore, the stage was again set for Allegre.
Placed down his kick, high enough, deep enough, it is good. The Jets win. The Jets win. The Jets are streaming out on the field, jumping, shouting, rolling on the ground, waving. They're in the playoffs.
Hey, way to go for it today. No, this is not Jake. No, I'm going to give the question. Okay. On that table, baby.
No, I'm all right here. No, I'm all right. I like the level I'm at with the guys. Okay, now, have a decent plate ride home. Normal Monday, okay? That's it.
Let's go now to the playoffs, really, because they began today in the AFC. One shot between the Miami Dolphins at home against the New York Jets. If you win, you're in. If you lose, you're home for the holidays. There's the Jets' kicking problems. Pat Leahy just wearing shorts. On the right, you saw Raul Allegre. In the first half, Pete Stoyanovich had made 14 in a row, but he missed. Kicks a 53 and 41 yards. So eating Raul Allegre has his chance, but from 43 yards, he's eaten up by this shot. And so kicking problems early for both teams. Bruce Conklin says, stay with it, we're all right. Miami also lost their punter, Reggie Roby, to a ruptured Achilles tendon. Stoyanovich had to pitch. So, fighting. Well, that was a playoff-type style game. Ken O'Brien, the Jets lead at 7-0 very early. And O'Brien's pass, late in the first half, is deflected. Across the middle, picked off by Cliff Odom. That's when Dan Marino, who struggled early, went to work. The lateral to Crash Jensen. And Jensen's going to find a wide-open Tony Martin from Mesa. And it's a first down. Next play with 7 seconds to go in the first half for Rito. To Mark Clayton. He fights. It's a touchdown. He beats Eric McMillan, and it's an 18-yard touchdown, and we're tied at 7 at the half. Don Shula's squad takes a 10-7 lead in the second half, but late in the third, Raul Allegre doesn't look good, but good. But hold on. Hold everything. The Jets take points off the board because of a holding penalty on E.J. Jr. It pays up when Brad Baxter slams into the end zone, 14-10 Jets. Marino comes back in the fourth quarter. Tony Martin, 15 yards. That leads to a Stoyanovich field goal. The Dolphins within 1, 14-13. Dolphins keep rallying. Jeff Cross in on O'Brien. Third down sack. After the punt, the Dolphins have good field position, down 1. The Dolphins will go down to the 6-yard line with 9 minutes to go, trailing by 1 when Marino, picked off by linebacker Joe Kelly. What a big pop up, but it's a Jets ball. Marino has to sweat it out, Miami trailing. Jets on their own 10. Johnny Hector off the scrap heap. Where's he been all year? If he runs like this, why isn't he playing? 47 yards. What a big game for the veteran. Hector's running. Leads to Raul Alegre. Doink. It's good. And the Jets lead 17-13. Bruce Cosler says, no problem. Dan Marino strides back. To Mark Super Duper. Then Marino to Crash Jensen into Jets territory. Down 17-13, the big play. Marino to Duper. The stiff arm, the move, and he's gone for a big game after the move on Michael Brim.
Yeah, and Mark Duper makes a nice catch here and a nice move, but unusual strength shown by Super Duper as he dissed Brim.
He dissed him. Then after pass interference penalty on Brim, is it a touchdown or not? Here's the call to Duper.
Made the nice catch, but coming out of the end zone, official made the read, no TD.
But no need to worry on fourth down, play action, wide open, the Pro Bowl tight end Farrell Abbott did the touchdown. 20-17, the Dolphins lead. They think they're going to win it. Bruce Coslet is worried. But it's not over. Kenny O'Brien, 38 seconds to go. This to Rob Moore over the midfield stripe. And then to the little one, Terrence Mathis. The key call. 8 seconds ago, do you kick the field goal long distance by a leg break? No, the running play. Look at the clock. Freeman McNeil decides to go for 5 extra yards. It was a key 5 yards because now it's a 44-yard kick. Allegre. Good. We go to overtime. Tied at 20. Dolphins get the ball first. Tony Martin can't hold on to the pass. The big hit by R.J. Kors. Now the Jets have the ball. Johnny Hector continued his brilliance on a big afternoon. Spinning. 13 carries, 132 yards for Hector. Then on 3rd and 2, the other veteran, Freeman McNeil. 11 carries for 55 yards for him. So combined, they're near 200. It's a first down. This the play that gets the Jets to the playoffs. Beautiful O'Brien to Rob Moore within field goal range. It's a 30-yard kick by Allegre. It's good! Good! The Jets finish at 8-8. But after 3 weeks worth of rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling, the Jets finally put their playoff toques on for the first time since '86. The Dolphins are gone. The Jets beat them 23-20. And the Jets now, in the 5 games that they have played lifetime at Joe Robbie Stadium, have now won 3 of the 5. They win down there, and afterwards it was kicking Raul.
This is one of those destiny type of deals, you know. I mean, just for some opportunity to happen like this in a game like of such magnitude, I figured, I mean, I had a feeling it was going to come.
Any way, any shape, form, way we could scratch our way in. That's exactly how I put it. We want to get in any way we can, and then it's a single elimination tournament, and here we are.
Bruce, get a little more excited. You're in the playoffs. Second year there, they're in the playoffs. Both teams end 8-8, but the Jets, because they beat Miami twice, they win and they go on. And, you know, Tommy, the Jets started off this year in September. They didn't quite beat the very good teams, but they were very close, and we figured this was a team playoff bound. Didn't look like it late, but they've looked like the early season Jets, both sides of the ball.
Yes, as we sat upstairs and watched the game, we both talked about the fact that this looked like the Jets from the first month to 6 weeks of the season. They did a great job today of offensive run blocking, and Johnny Hector, and let's add Freeman McNeil's name to that list, did a great job of looking for that cutback lane. And also as an underlying note to those teams going to the playoffs today, get your kicking game in order.
We can see how important that was. As Allegre, a Jet 1 week, and immediately a hero. He's done it for the Giants. He's now done it for the Jets. He's a hero no matter who he plays for in the New York area. The Jets are playoff bound. And one reason they are, the Dolphins had trouble with their rush defense. Really, they have. Since Offerdahl's gone out, they have problems at nose tackle early this year. Other inside linebackers hurt. In the 8 wins, they did a heck of a job stopping the run. But in their 8 losses, today the Jets ran for 231 yards, bringing the average up to over 200 a game in their 8 losses. You don't stop the run, you don't win. The Jets in the playoffs, the Dolphins are not. Close game at the Meadowlands. The Oilers won it 23-20. Both teams looking for respect. The Jets at 8-8,
And the Oilers have finished the season at 4-4. Why is Warren Moon happy? Well, he has Curtis Duncan, Hayward Jeffries, and Drew Hill, and Ernest Givens. And where did he go to school? Louisville. And on the first possession, the Oilers and Warren Moon look sharp. Duncan catches it for 7 yards. Then, Moon to Jeffries. Gets it a good job on him today. Here's his catch for 20 yards. Moon to Drew Hill for 12. The drive, shoot up 8 minutes, and eventually was Moon. Ernest Givens on the post pattern touchdown, 80-yard drive. First time they had the ball, the Oilers quick lead at 7-0. Would the Jets fold right away? First opening possession TD for the Oilers is the first week of the season. But the Jets show no respect. Joe Kelly, Mike Dumas go face-to-face. Next possession for the Oilers. I want you to watch a pretty play by Eric McMillan. He doesn't get 2 feet in. Bing, 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 bing. He gets 3 feet in, and because of the Oilers' offense, McMillan, who's been riding the pines, gets to step in and show what he can do. The Jets take advantage. O'Brien, Altoon, didn't catch a touchdown in the regular season, but he catches a touchdown there, and it was a great job by Toon, Joe.
Absolutely. You'll notice how he keeps his feet in, manages to get his feet down, then reaches for the ball to make the possession.
So in the second quarter, the Jets have tied out at 7, but then it's Moon and Givens again. Zing to Givens, and he makes the turn on Tony Stargell, makes another move, and it's a big 35-yard pickup. Then remember the post pattern? Let's run it again. Zing. Touchdown, 14-7. They teach this at Louisville, Tom?
They teach that shape, too, Chris.
The Jets kick a field goal by Allegre, make it 14-10. Then Al Del Greco, 53 yards. My goodness, he nails it early in the fourth. The Oilers lead it 17-10. The Jets had their chances. O'Brien in the red zone, picked off by Bubba McDowell at the 3. Bruce Coslin said, no, not so deep. Jets driving again. They need a couple inches for a first down. Now, here is where they should have decided they were going to run it twice. So you could have run play action on 3rd down, but no, Brad Baxter stopped. Then on 4th down, Freeman McNeil leaps, but Bo Orlando and Dawn make the play, and the Jets are stopped. Coslin not happy with the measurement, certainly on 3rd down, but it should have been a 2-down play call. At any rate, Jets next possession, 4th and 6 to the Houston 22. Chris Dishman holds Toon, but no call, incomplete. Under 2 minutes to go, Jets out of timeouts, but Lorenzo White runs out of bounds on 2nd down. The Jets stop the Oilers on 3rd down. Kevin Gilbride, offensive coordinator, can't believe it. Jets get the ball with a minute to go. O'Brien. When you got a guy this tall, use him. Altoon catches it, out of bounds, 23 seconds to go. Then watch this. O'Brien, Mark Boyer, across the midfield stripe. The Oilers lay on him, which is their prerogative. The ref then eventually's got to say, get off him or we're going to stop the clock. The tick, 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 and it keeps on ticking down to 20 seconds. It really cost the Jets. Then when they get it back, they have to throw it into the end zone and almost Altoon. Oh. They did call a flag on offensive interference anyway, but still. Last chance. Terrence Mathis, if he catches it, he's in the end zone, but it's Bubba McDowell playing center field. And you know what? They must have watched the Falcon game yesterday. Chris Dishman shaves at Jerry Glanville. He played for Glanville. Ball. No! He's got a lateral. McDowell laterals to Dishman. And O'Brien and the Jets. Think about what could have been as the Oilers beat a very game and a team that people will respect now, the New York Jets. 17-10, but give Houston credit. They did a good job, certainly Moon to Givens. And after the game, Givens talked about scoring on the opening drive.